All right, we're rocking. All right, welcome to the comedy's best kept secret Zoom. Welcome all the people in Nevada, AARP people, AARP members, retired people, non-retired people, whatever you got to do to get involved in the AARP, whatever you did to get here. Thank you for doing it. We appreciate you. We have a fantastic show set up for you tonight. Let's just set your expectations right off the bat. This is a Zoom show. We're not actually at your house. You're not actually at a comedy club. We're not going to pretend that that's the case. We're going to do a very conversational style show where we go around the circle. We'll tell some stories. We'll tell some fun jokes. We'll tell some fun games. It will be funny, but we will not pretend to be doing stand-up, although elements of stand-up will be in the show. That's my speech. My name is Dan Frigolette. I've been on 3 canceled television shows, and I'm up for a new program called Fat Jafar. That's my new role that I'm going for, the Aladdin character Jafar. So everybody look out for that in the fall as it comes out. I'm going to go around the circle and introduce my panel. I got an incredible panel of comics. I just realized as I'm doing this, everybody's on the East Coast. We're all in New York area. So on my top corner is Megan Hanley. Thank you for being here, Megan.
Thank you for having me, Dan. I am thrilled to be looking at people's faces.
Hey, this is the only thing we get as socialization these days. It's kind of So you've been in Brooklyn throughout the pandemic. What's that experience different from probably everybody else's experience?
I've been Brooklyn the whole time, and I have 2 roommates, and it's like we're doing it. We're making it through, and we are all really big fans of the show Survivor. And let me tell you, watching Survivor, watching Survivor normally, you're like, thank God I'm not stuck on that island. Watching it during quarantine, game changer. Game changer. We were watching Survivor and we're like, you know what? That's a pretty good social game they got going on there. We were taking notes. We're like, that's 1 jar of peanut butter? How many people? How many days? So we did it though. We made it through.
That's great. I watch a lot of those. I watch a lot of those like survival shows on like Discovery and things like that. And I'm always like, I could take some of the skills from these shows and move them to my real life. And then we did the pandemic and it was like, I know how to build a fire, but how does that help me in my apartment for 5 months? That's not useful skills. You need to have a whole other show. Actually, that's my new show I'm going to come out with is pandemic survival, is how to survive inside your house with no ability to buy toilet paper. Check that out. We're going to
there's a twist at the end.
Yeah. Well, that was the first twist I think we found in the pandemic somehow. It's weird how quickly that problem went away. And I don't know if I bumped into anybody that had that problem. And knowing people from other countries, they were like America was the only one that cared if we ran out of toilet paper. Every other country was like, just wash your butt. Like, you're fine. Like, it's not a big deal.
Just use the bidet and wash your butt. It's not hard.
Right. Every other country had solved it. They didn't care.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, Megan. Going around the circle on my screen for next person I have is Gus. Gus Gonzalez. Thank you for being here. What's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for having me. What's up?
You're also in Brooklyn?
I'm also in Brooklyn.
We should have just gone to Megan's house and done this show.
I know this is you could have come over. I have a nice roof deck. We would have been outside. We could have distanced. It's amazing out there.
So I think a lot of people can tell by the amount of letters in your name that you may or may not be Greek.
I am Greek. My name is not Gus. My original name, my legal name is Konstantinos Ioannis Konstantelis, which is 33 letters long. It's insane. Dan, can you imagine what like kindergarten was like? First day of school, my teacher was taking attendance and it just went like this. And I was like, that's me. That's it. That's how it went. It was like a 7-hour pause. And I'd be like, should I let her suffer or not? That's the concept. Me as 5 years old was like, should I let her suffer? Right. And then people ask me, they're like, what does your name mean in your language? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. What does Jennifer mean in your language? The worst part of the name was the Scantrons, all the bubbles I had to fill out, because like all the bubbles took forever, and all the kids would look at me like, are you done yet, Gus? And I'd be like, listen, Ben Chen, you only have 7 letters in your name. Please let me have my time.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I had the same thing. So my name's not quite as long as yours, but so I immediately from first grade on, and there was always I got lucky because there was always like another Dan. So they would just go, you're Dan F. That's who you're just Dan F.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of Mikes. It was like Mike P, Mike F, yeah. Skinny Mike, Fat Mike. It was not PC. This was, 1994.
I wonder which Dan I would be if there was enough Dans that we couldn't do if there was too many Dan Fs. I wonder if I would have been skinny Dan F or fat Dan F. I wonder what it would have been. Well, thank you for being here. And finally finishing the circle, Lawrence Deloach. How are you, man?
I'm all right. How are you, man?
You're in Queens, representing the other borough.
Man. Yeah, representing the other borough, man. I'm excited to be here, man.
I wonder how much, now that I'm realizing we're in Nevada, I wonder how much everybody in Nevada knows about New York City.
Probably very minimal,
right.
But what they hear, it's always never the best things, I think. So
right, this is my favorite thing about going to other places that know very little about New York City. And I live in Hoboken. You guys know I live in Hoboken. It's in New Jersey, but it's like I'm closer to a lot of shows a lot of times than people that are in Brooklyn or in Queens. I'm 7-8 minutes from getting into the city. But what always happens is I'll do a show, somebody in like Iowa or something be like, hey, so what's like where do you live? Like, what is Staten Island? Like, where is the Bronx? And they're like, where do you live? And I'm like, I'm in Hoboken. They're like, that's in Jersey. What are you doing here? Well, how dare you say you're in New York? All of a sudden they have a lot of information. So are you happy now? A lot of people are finally starting to get their like, what's the word I want? Like their hygiene right. Are you happy that barbershops are open now?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the fact that barbershops are open because I kind of miss the characters in my barbershop.
Right.
The characters are that's what makes my barbershop so special. I've been going to my barber for almost 20 years at this point, and sometimes you'll have a guy try to sell you a pair of socks or a TV or like you never know what's. One time, my barber, he buys his donuts. He does like cool things for the kids. And one time I'm eating a donut and a guy comes up to me and he says, yo, man, he said, yo, these donuts are really good, but have you ever tried a cross ant? Right. And I'm like, bro, you mean croissant, right? And he's like, nah, dude, I mean a cross ant. And he's going back and forth with me. And I gave up because he was like, yo, man, this is what I do. I love cross ants. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get my hair cut, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm good.
I like that's my favorite thing when you're in one of those conversations and somebody is speaking intelligently about a thing but they're mispronouncing it the whole time. Like that's my favorite thing when like somebody like discredits their entire argument in the first few letters of the argument.
Totally done immediately.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody and they right when the news first came out that like Bezos was making like I don't know like X number of $1 million per like minute. It was something crazy, right? And I remember this lady was like, did you know that Greg Bezos makes $2 million a minute? And I was like, I can't have this discussion with you.
I'm done.
The guy's name is Jeff. I don't know what to do with you. I can't help it.
One time I was giving my principal like something about like a charity I was in leadership. I was like the school treasurer, obviously in high school. Like that's the energy I put out into the world for sure. Like I did the school announcements. And one time I was talking to her about like leukemia, but I didn't know how to say leukemia. And I was like, leukemia. And she just smiled at me and was like, leukemia, you idiot. What is wrong with you? And she also like had like a ton of plastic surgery and her face like didn't move. So she just like looked like, leukemia, and I was like, I'm sorry. That's a charity we should donate to.
I like Leukemina. I feel like Leukemina like plays for the Yankees. He like backs clean up. He's from
yes, exactly. Yeah,
like we got
he would be like
Leukemina coming to the plate.
He's the new Captain America.
It's a good name for sure. I always had a hard time. I like to say things in a different way. Comedians, we always come up with a way to like say the same thing with different words, right? So I always had a hard time like remembering idioms and like sayings and things like that. So I remember that I was in an interview once and I couldn't figure out what the expression I wanted to use was. So I just wung it. And I was like, yeah, sometimes it's just hard to get through all the blue tape. And this is like an HR lady and she couldn't like allow this. And she was like, yeah, red tape. Yeah. So anyway, she just immediately, and I was like, I'm not getting this job. That's what's happening now. That's what's next is you don't get this job. Well, thanks for being here, guys. This is a fun panel. I appreciate you guys representing basically the East Coast, but I think hopefully the Nevada-ers will find something enjoyable about her presence. All right, so here's where we're at. When they first took comedy away from us, when we first lost comedy like a good friend and couldn't do it because we were trapped in our homes, that thing that we love so much, I found some solace in telling dad jokes to my camera lens on my Instagram and so on and so forth. So I found a new love for dad jokes. Some people call them dad jokes. Some people call them bad jokes. Some people call them street jokes. Some people call them cute jokes, whatever they are. Let's go around and tell a couple dad jokes just for the folks. Here's my favorite one. Two pretzels were walking down the street. One was assaulted. So that's a dad joke. Dad joke, dad joke. That's how you do it. Anybody else give me a dad joke at will?
My friend, my friend Steve the bear lost his teeth. I got a new nickname for him. What do I call him? A gummy bear.
I'm gonna do these in my dad's accent because he's Greek, so I feel like it's only apropos.
Fair.
I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down.
I follow you on Instagram, Gus. I love that your dad's accent and your mom accent, it's the same character. Like nothing changed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people keep asking me to do a Greek dad character. I'm like, that's just without the wig. What do you want?
Right.
It's the same thing.
Megan, tell us a dad joke.
Yeah, this is my dad's favorite one. Like he just tells this all the time. Like he got a laugh once, probably in the 80s, and he just has kept it up since. Who are you and how'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith.
All right, here's one. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Tentacles.
8.
Mine aren't getting real laughs. Mine are just getting like, okay. I could see why that's.
Here's
I
one.
almost missed that one. I'm embarrassed.
I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
I used to hate facial hair on me. I love that one.
Wait, I'll piggyback off that one. Dad, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut.
Oh my God. My friend's mom used to say that. And every time I got a haircut, she has this like thick Brooklyn accent and she'd be like, did you get them all cut? Do you want a kind ball? Like, what is this?
This is one of my favorites. A mushroom walks into a bar, bartender looks at him and says, hey, we don't serve your kind here. And he goes, come on, I'm a fun guy. Any other dad jokes?
I got.
You see, oh yeah, go for it.
All right, if a kid refuses to take a nap during nap time, are they resisting arrest?
Lawrence, I think we use the same website for this. If you see a crime at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness?
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got to ask a question. Why don't eggs tell jokes? Because they crack up. So dumb. Raise that roof.
I love the gusto. All right, let's move on. All right, here's one of the things I noticed during the quarantine. I don't know if you guys noticed this as well. The level of production of television shows has gone way down, especially in the effect of like game shows. Game shows have become basically just things we played as kids. There's a game show right now on Fox called Ultimate Tag. It's just people playing tag. And then there's another one called The Floor is Lava, which I played with my babysitter all throughout the 80s and 90s. So if you could take a game from your childhood and make a game show out of it that's like ready for TV right now, what would the game show be? And tell us about it.
I feel like I'll say right off the bat that I think I misunderstood this assignment.
I almost did. Yes, same.
I definitely, this was the answer that I was going to say, which is not a game show at all. When we were kids, we were obsessed with not obsessed, but we were fascinated by homeless people because we would go into the city a few times a year and the homeless were all over Penn Station. And my parents were so I don't know if they were trying to protect us from it, but as kids, we thought they were living their best life. They were awesome. They were in public, in tent. You get to live like this. It's awesome.
Right.
So we'd come home and we'd play homeless in our parents' basement, and we'd build tents and we'd have backstories. And I'm like, oh, this could be a great show called White Privilege.
I don't think you misunderstood it at all. I think that's fantastic. No,
I think you completely understood it. I just think that like ABC would not sign off on it.
Right. Nobody.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Lance here from Handle. See if anybody has any, I'm just going around the Zoom, see if I has any questions about our new candles or anything. Got a lot of new ones in stock, anything like that, if you want to place an order or whatnot.
Is this like a new marketing thing? I didn't know that this was.
Yeah, it is. We're going around to the Zooms and seeing if anybody wants to purchase some candles. You know, a lot of alone time at home, a lot of people stuck, you know, making dinners, candlelit dinners. So the candle business is really popping off right now.
I see. Sorry, I'm confused.
How bad is your business?
Yeah. It looks like,
I mean, bad as in good. It's really bad.
It looks like you're in the pharmacy section of. Did you say you're at Candle?
Yeah, I'm here at Candle. If you can see, that's what's crazy about our store. We have so many candles. You might think this is a or some kind of pharmacy, but that's literally all candles back there behind you. So whatever kind of candles that you're into, you know, we have a ton of new flavors in.
You look like you're in the back of a for real, right?
No, I'm at a candle.
Okay. All right. Well, it's no need to be aggressive. Well, then let me, if I can I have one of the Centrum candles? I would love that.
Centrum candles?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll send you one out. Just send us your address. We got a lot of new flavors. We have one called Grasshopper Musk.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you, but I don't think they're called flavors. I think it's scents.
Yeah, I was confused as well.
Well, you must not be privy to the candle industry, my friend. You know, the general public calls it scents, but people who are really into candle wicks, candle making, candle sticks, like this one is a match starter. It's called flavors because it's more than just a scent. You actually taste and feel what we're putting out there.
I see.
What's your favorite flavor?
Well, I was about to tell you about Grasshopper Musk. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but it is one of the new ones we have in. It's pretty nice. It's from you know how there's grasshoppers, right? They have armpits. They have a lot of legs, right? Under their armpits, we take a little swab, kind of like a COVID-19 test, in their armpits. Then we collect all that together, and then that's the scent you get of Grasshopper Musk in one of our candles.
Sounds nice.
It's actually quite, it's more romantic than you might think. Yeah.
That was actually a really impressive pitch. Like I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, well, that's why we're going around the Zoom, seeing if people are interested in placing some kind of order, because we have so many great flavors in.
You are a professional. I will say that whatever this is that you've come up with for a marketing strategy, it seems to be effective. But I don't think any of us are particularly interested.
Oh wait, I gotta go. Oh. I'm getting some more online orders in. I'm gonna get some real online orders. So maybe I'll log back on. Let me know if you guys need anything. I'll see you later.
I see. Well, that was interesting. So yeah, let me know in the DMs, guys, if you guys need a grasshopper. It's on me if you want a grasshopper musk candle. I'll my gift, my treat. Guys, that was Lance Weiss, fellow comedian, Party with Lance, started a business during this whole process called Meeting Bombs. He'll show up at your Zoom meetings and bomb in and do silly things like that. That's the first time I've seen him wear a shirt in like 3 weeks, so I'm just happy that happened. I guess he got my note that this was a PG shirt or a PG show. All right, where are we at? Okay, so what you were talking about, your homeless game show, Megan. I have like a long-standing like theory about men in the world that like the only reason we don't live in tree houses is because women don't like tree houses. Like the first rule of tree houses is like no girls allowed. Like dudes, like I love that was how your brain was as a kid. You're like, oh, I just want to live in a tent forever because I would do that. I'm so happy to do that. There's even a show now where they make $100,000 tree houses. It's called Treehouse Masters. And,
I've seen that.
And what's fun about the show is once you finally watch a show, you think the tree houses are for the dudes, but then they always it's always like a rich dude, and it's always like his wife just wants to have the tree house. She still puts her stamp on it. So it'll be like his like getaway, but then somehow it's got like a yoga studio in it. So it's a weird. We're not allowed to have tree houses after a certain point, and that's the downfall of modern man, I think. Game shows that you played as kids.
Oh, game shows. Well, okay. So first of all, I got really into Supermarket Sweep during all of this. And so
Okay.
I was like, I would love it. It's on Netflix now. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It's like my melatonin. I can't sleep without it. It's like the only thing that'll get me to finally go to sleep.
Sure.
So when I was a kid, I was thinking, so I had 2 older brothers and they were like 10 and 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So like I was basically like an only child growing up in this like tiny little studio apartment in Brooklyn with like 4 other people, but they would like leave me to my own devices, and I would make like these crazy like constructions out of all the VHS tapes we owned, and I would like pile them together, and I would make them into buildings or like mazes. And then like if I made it into a maze, I would like put like the action figures to go through the maze.
Right.
And I was thinking like, what if we did like VHS tape like mansions as a game show?
VHS.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Like, low key, that's a good idea, honestly.
I like that I can tell a lot about your childhood just by that story. Because like the rest of us had like blocks, or like we built a fort, we had like blankets. You just had extra VHSs, which is incredible.
We were poor. We were poor. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. It was like, it wasn't even movies either. It was like, oh, here's a memory from 1988. Like it was home videos.
Right.
And then like 101 Dalmatians, and that was it.
Right. No, but that's what I'm saying is my family, we only had 7 VHSs, and we would just tape over important events over and over again. Because it would say like Daniel's 7th birthday party, and it would just be crossed out, and it would be like Jennifer's 10th birthday party, and you figured out what the hierarchy
Oh my God,
of
I
the
used to
family
use
was
up
like.
so much of the space because I would tape the Olympics and it would wipe out like all the VHS, and then it would be like my mom would be like, Megan, I was like, no, those are my ice skating tapes. I
need those.
I was like, we need these for films, for movies we're gonna watch.
The Olympics, the Olympics is like 37 hours of footage. Lawrence, what games did you play as a kid that you think could be a game show now?
This is when I was younger. I would always, I would go to my cousin's house and we would break things, in the house.
Sure.
And
that's a game.
And it was a game. It was a game. We would just break things and figure out and then like see who would get in trouble. So I think we can a game that we could play as an adult, as a parent, would be whose fault is this?
Yeah,
and
sure.
You got your kids, break stuff, and now you as a parent have to figure out based on past trends and tendencies of your kids, which one of the kids actually broke that item that is broken in the house.
I like it. And
brilliant.
And so you have the kids are the witnesses. You have to ask them.
So yeah, you would like, there's clues, so if there's like 3 kids in the house and then like the TV's broken, you as the parent have to figure out who broke the TV. All right. And whatever parent, you win a new TV and some money. But I think that's a great game show that needs to be taken advantage of.
I think it's good. I think it puts parental skills to the test. I also think if you change the name to Who Done It, then you can have a bonus round where the parents just pick up babies that they don't know and they smell their butts to find out whether or not they need to be changed. That's my favorite. It's that pro parent move, one hand, just this one needs to be changed. Whose kid is it? I have no idea, but he needs a new diaper. That's what I know. Cool. I love those games. I thought it was going to go way different because all of the childhood games that I played were very violent. And that's what I realized. Like, that's how you can tell how old somebody is if all their childhood games were just like, yeah, we used to hide a belt and then we would just whip each other with it. Like, that's a real game that people used to play.
That's literally what my brothers would do to me.
We played Kill the Carrier. Kill the Carrier was just like you would get all the boys in town that lived within like a 5-house proximity. You throw a ball into somebody's arms and then you just tackle them without asking. That's Kill the Carrier. And Kill the Carrier would just break out at random times. You would just throw it and you go, Kill the Carrier, because that's all we had was a ball. And then you just tackle that kid. We
used to play, we called it stickball, but like it's not what stickball is. Like we literally would take a stick and put it in between 2 people and then just try to bounce a ball and hit it for hours. Hours.
Isn't that cricket? I don't know a lot about other sports, but I think that's cricket.
We played this like Greek game that we called like Greek dodgeball, and it was like involved like not a dodgeball, by the way. It was like rocks. You had to throw rocks at each other, and it was like a mixture of freeze tag and dodgeball, where like you would like run towards like a goalpost, and like if you had to freeze, then the person that was like throwing the rocks would have to like hit you, and if they hit you, then you lose a life, and you had 3 lives. And it's like 3 lives is like way too much. Like you should only do 1 life, because by the 3rd life I'm bleeding out of my head, and like all I need is like an ER at that point. And it was
people
awful.
actually
and, like,
died during this game.
yeah, and one year, like, we switched it. We were like, okay, like, listen, we're just gonna convince all the older kids to use, like, regular balls. And then, like, the regular kids would just throw them at the kids' faces. Like, I just got, like, a full dodgeball to the face once. And my brother was like, well, you lost a life.
And a few brain cells.
And a brain, yeah.
And your teeth. Yeah. All right, let's move on. I feel like we could play this game show game forever. Let's move on. Let's do a random true false one. These are I actually didn't prep you guys on these. These are just for a reaction, honestly. Megan, true or false? One of your relationships might have lasted longer if I wasn't your boyfriend's roommate.
I'm not even sure, but maybe.
I feel like I put a lot of pressure on that relationship. I didn't.
You know what? It was not you, Dan. Sometimes I like to blame Hoboken because it became an extra commute.
Right.
It became a lot more work to get to each other. And we were, things had already really, it was starting to get rough. And then the kicker was like, oh, and you're moving in with Frigolette in Hoboken.
That's enough to make anybody break up with their boyfriend. You're going to live with Frigolette? Nah. All right, Lawrence, true or false? LeBron James is the greatest of all time.
False.
Okay, actually, yeah, I didn't know where you stood. Who is then?
Michael Jordan, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, then LeBron James.
Fair. I like it.
There's a list. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, no, his list goes like 40 deep. He's got real knowledge.
There you go.
True or false? Peter Gabriel is better than Bruce Springsteen.
I knew you were going to do Peter Gabriel. I knew it was coming. I would say false. Bruce Springsteen is 100% better than Peter Gabriel.
Me and Gus were
evidence of this tattoo.
Gus has a Bruce Springsteen tattoo. Me and Gus were somewhere. It's actually the last gig I did in real life before the quarantine. Me and Gus were somewhere, and this lady and him were there was a lady working at the venue, and I just didn't think she was very good at being a bartender she just wasn't doing the stuff. And then Gus was on her side because they were talking about Springsteen, and I was like, no, there's something wrong with this lady. Like, she's suspect.
No, I got it right. She was a little weird, but I was trying to she was talky, so I was like, oh, I'll talk to her. Like, it is what it is at this point.
They were on
she clearly
Bruce
wants
Springsteen.
to. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. She clearly is very talky. She needs a friend. And I was like, Springsteen, I love Springsteen. I have this tattoo. Oh my God, yes. And then she leaves and comes back and she goes,
I was like, hold on. I told Gus, I let him know. I was like, this lady is suspect. You got to look out. Like, I don't think she's not who you think.
Yeah. Be careful. Watch out.
Came back and she literally says to Gus, she goes, yo, if you like Bruce Springsteen, you're going to love Peter Gabriel. And I was like, see, I told you this lady.
It was so bizarre. It was like such a left turn. I was like, okay, can I just say, I enjoy the Springsteen conversation well enough. Right. And I thought she'll come back and be like, John Bon Jovi, the Rolling Stones. Nope. And then she hit me with Peter Gabriel. And I was like, what?
She was like, Sledgehammer is a fantastic track. And I was like, I told you this lady was suspect. All right. Let's go from here. Here's where I'm at. I'm in this weird headspace where I'm listening to the radio, and I'm starting to realize that everything on the radio is shenanigans. So I wanted to play this game. It's called Harry Styles or Shenanigans. There's a guy who's a big culprit in making up lyrics that don't make any sense. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you 3 lyrics. 2 of them are made up shenanigans, and 2 of them are real, and 1 of them is shenanigans. So you guys are going to tell me which one's shenanigans. All right.
All right.
Let me do this one, and this one. And I got a couple rounds of this, and I feel really good.
Gus, if there's
this is Harry Styles or shenanigans. Gus doesn't want to play. He left.
Just needed some water. I'm sorry.
All right, ready? Number 1. Your wonder under summer skies, brown skin, lemon over ice. Would you believe it? That's number 1. Your wonder under summer skies, brown skin, lemon over ice. Would you believe it? Number 1. Number 2, just stop your crying, have the time of your life, breaking through the atmosphere. and things are pretty good from here. That's number 2. Just stop your crying, have the time of your life, breaking through the atmosphere, and things are pretty good from here. That's number 2. Number 3, I can't do it. I'm going crazy. I need a savior. Jesus, page me. Number 3, I can't do it. I'm going crazy. I need a savior. Jesus, page me. What do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? Megan. Which one's
Which one's Shenanigans?
Which one's Shenanigans? Yeah.
Number 1.
Number 1, you're Wonder in a Summer Sky's brown skin, lemon over us. Would you believe it? Gus, what do you think?
I think number 3 is Shenanigans.
Number 3, I can't do it.
I know the second song. And I'm pretty sure the first song I know too. So I think it's definitely the third.
Okay, and then Lawrence.
As the biggest Harry Styles fan in the world, I'm gonna go with number 3.
Number 3 is Shenanigans. I can't do it. I'm going crazy. I need a savior. Jesus, page me. That's Shenanigans. I wrote that like a couple hours ago. So yeah, I'm really proud of it though. Okay, let's play another.
Right.
Wait. So let me ask you: are these all Harry Styles songs?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
The first one was that Watermelon Sugar song.
Yeah.
Right. Watermelon Sugar, ha. Watermelon Sugar, hi. And then the second one was just stop your crying. It's the sign of the time.
Okay, that's the only one I know. Okay.
It was like a huge hit in Greece last summer, and everyone was listening to it on the beach in Greece. And I was like, this is not the vibe of beach. This is not the Greek vibe. This is not the vibe.
What's crazy about it is when you read the lyrics for that song in particular, it's very abusive. He's like, just stop crying, okay? What do you, it's what you say to your children or your girlfriend when you're going to break up soon. Just stop your crying. Have the time of your life, okay? Things are pretty good from here. All right.
I'm leaning on Gus for this one because Gus seems to know all the answers. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
now it feels unfair. Now it feels like I should have picked a different artist. All right, let's do another round.
You should have picked Peter Gabriel.
Well, this is another one I definitely misunderstood because I just wrote, I submitted you lyrics.
All fake?
No, two are real, but they're random. And
no, I'm fine with that. No, I'm fine with that. We're gonna play your round. We're gonna play random or Shenanigans. It's fine. Okay, ready? When she's alone, she goes home to a cactus in a black dress. She's an actress. So sorry. When she's alone, she goes home to a cactus in a black dress. She's such an actress. That's number 1. Number 2, I think I love her like Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this. That's number 2. I think I love her like Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this. Number 3, walk in your rainbow paradise, strawberry lipstick, state of mind. Walk in your rainbow paradise, lipstick, state of mind. Number 3. What do you think, Megan? We'll go to Gus last. Megan, what do you think? 1, 2, or 3?
I don't know. I'm gonna go
Shenanigans. Which one?
I'll go 3.
Number 3, Rainbow Paradise, Strawberry Lipstick, State of Mind. Lawrence, which one's Shenanigans? 1, 2, or 3?
2, the Danny Glover line.
I think I love her like Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this. Gus, what do you think?
Okay, I'm really torn, but I'm gonna go with 2 as well.
Number 2, I think I love her like Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this. Okay, that's the 2 votes. That's Shenanigans. I wrote that. That's good. That's a Dan Frigolette original.
Yes. Yes.
Megan, I'm really excited to hear your game now. So wait, do your 3. You said 2 are real, 1 is Shenanigans.
2 are real, 1 are Shenanigans. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. Number 1. All right. Yes. My parents were stunned how this former lazy bum was suddenly working so hard, but all I wanted was a car. That's number 1. 2, thinking of her, my heart on the floor, unnerved, abandoned when I didn't command it. But I guess that's how life goes. Pick up, move on. Number 3, I see her around every couple days. I want to meet her so that I can say, hey, Kate.
These are so complicated. They all
These
just
are definitely hard.
Yeah, they all just feel like sad
so
poetry.
Random, so that probably makes it harder.
They all just feel like Twilight fan fiction.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
They're all just sad poetry. They
are.
Yeah,
I tried to also read them without emotion, but with emotion.
Yeah,
they're all like I felt that.
Thank you.
They're all like either like alternative white band, male, like all male band, or they're all Avril Lavigne. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say number 1 is not real.
Okay, so you say number 1. Dan says number 1. Gus, what do you think?
I'm gonna say 2.
2. Number 2, not real.
And I'm gonna be contrarian and go with number 3.
Number 3. Okay. The fake, Gus is correct. Number 2 is fake. I wrote that. I'm going to reread that. So you
That
guys
was the
someone
one
can
I thought
copyright
for
this.
sure was real. That's fantastic.
Thinking of her, my heart on the floor, unnerved, abandoned when I didn't command it. I guess that's how life goes. Pick up and move on.
That's great.
I wrote that.
You wrote
Original
that?
lyric.
That's great.
Wow.
I want that tattooed on my back. I love that.
I had some wine last night, and I just said, "Let's dig deep." This is my
Gosh, do you
first.
have a
So the
round?
first
I feel
when
like
I
you
was
have a
trying
I
to
do
come
have
up
a
with,
round,
like-
yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Sorry.
No, that's it. I won't go on.
Oh,
The
no,
rest-
go for it.
Do you have
Oh,
more?
no, that's it. But number 1, I was like, who has really dumb lyrics? And like Brad Paisley, he has ridiculous
Yeah.
songs, like about his car and about his cell phone. So number 1 was Brad Paisley. So then I was in a country music sense of mind. I think that's where 2 came from. And then I was listening to Ben Folds 5, and Ben Folds 5 is I Wanna Be Kate. Kate. That's that song, number 3. Anyway,
I wanna say hi to her.
pretty
Her
white,
name might be
pretty
Kate.
white.
Gus, what's yours?
Okay, so my theme is Gaga, obviously. Lady Gaga.
I knew it.
Okay, right. So here's number
Wait,
one.
here's a quick dad joke about Gaga. How does Lady Gaga like her steak? Rah, 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 rah.
No.
Kill me, honestly, kill me right now.
Okay, do yours.
Now do it in a Greek accent. Do it in a Greek
Please.
accent.
Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. From what I've heard, it's pretty loud.
Okay,
with the mic.
so this is Gaga. Okay, so one of them is 1 second I'm a coons. Suddenly the coons is me. Pop culture wasn't art. Now art's in pop culture in me.
That's
The
one?
second one, that's the first one. The second one is I didn't ask for a free ride. I just asked for a real good time. And the third one is I'm a free woman and I'm gonna dance it all away. Stand back, James Dean, unless you want to pay.
You started dancing for the third one, so I think you that was your tell. So I think that one's real. The structure of 1 and 3, I would say, are similar. So I think 2 is fake.
I'm with
2
Dan.
is fake.
I
Okay,
think 2
2
is
y'all say
shenanigans,
2.
I say 3.
Okay, Megan is right.
Wow. You
Yes,
danced.
I like
is
Gaga.
right.
Come on.
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Thank
that
you
Gus,
very much.
it makes sense that Gus danced to his own lyric. That's what's
Yes, it does very much make sense that I danced to my own lyric. So the first one is the lyric from the song Applause, where she's talking about Jeff Koons, and she's like, 1 second, I'm all Koons, then suddenly the Koons is me. It's like the dumbest lyric ever. The second one was from her new song Rain on Me with Ariana Grande, and it's the first song. It's the first lyric. And then the third one, she has a song called Free Woman, but those are not the lyrics. But I do think that she would have a lyric about James Dean, which is why I was like, oh, that's gonna throw them off.
just like
I thought
I
it was
think.
great.
Just like I think Harry
Megan.
Styles would talk about Danny Glover. Lawrence.
Yeah.
Megan, you killed that.
Lawrence, do you have a round?
I had a round. All right. We're gonna do Beyonce.
Oh.
All right. I'm gonna do 2 real, 1 fake. Let's do it. I'm bigger than life. My name in the lights. I'm the number 1 chick. I don't need no hype. All right. That's 1.
Okay.
2 is Queen Bee. I'm wearing all purple. Boy, don't look at me wrong because I might hurt you. Okay. That's 2. And 3 is I hop out of my bed and get my swag on. I look in the mirror and say, what's up?
Yikes.
Yours is a little tough. Yeah.
These are all really well written. Yeah. So it's like, so in my head, it's like number 2 could be because you put Queen Bee in there. She's like,
Yes,
oh, well,
that's
it's
what I
gotta
was
be
thinking.
real.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like, but because she's so talented, you know when like R. Kelly got so talented that he didn't have to rhyme anymore. That's where I feel like Beyonce is. So I think number 1 is too rhymey to have to be Beyonce because she's so talented. So I'm gonna say number 1 is shenanigans because it actually rhymes. Like
I'm gonna say 2.
You're gonna say 2, Queen Bee.
I am gonna say 2. I know. I for like the dumbest reason. I think it's because you just like stumbled on it a little bit, and so I thought like, oh, you don't even know what you wrote. So I was like, that's the one.
Getting in your
I really stared at you in the screen and was like, where's the poker face?
Megan, what do you think?
I'm going 2. I think 2 is the fake as well. Because it's 3 sounds like it should be the fake, but every once in a while, Beyonce has some really terrible lyrics. Like you listen sometimes and you're like, what?
It's a 15-year
Um,
career, yeah.
Oh no, she's incredible. But every once in a while, but like she gets away with it because she's incredible and she's an incredible performer too. But sometimes you go, what was that line? So that's why like 3 sounds fake, but it could be a real one. I'm gonna go with 2.
Oh.
And for those of you who said 2, you are correct. I can't stand
Ah!
I knew he was messing with us with the putting Queen Bee in the thing. Well, that's a fun game. I like that one. All right, we're actually running overtime. I promise these folks a 30-minute show, and we're extending beyond that. Do you guys want to do? Did you guys feel really strong about anything else that we were going to do that we haven't done yet, like setups only or anything else? Let's do a quick round of let's do a quick round of setups only because I did write one.
We're like, no, let's not do it.
Oh, no, you don't have to do it.
We're doing it. We're going to do it. I wrote it.
Listen, I will say my setup thing is dad jokes, so I just want to preface that.
Oh, I love
with
that. Okay, cool. So let's do this one.
So
the game is called Setups Only. I'm going to give you a setup. You write the punchline. We're just going to do one. We're going to do the last one. And it's the setup is Venice restaurants. Venice restricts the number allowed on gondolas as tourists have gotten fatter. And this plays well for the people in Nevada, since for some reason there's gondola rides in Vegas somewhere. I don't know why that's real, but it just exists. Venice restricts number allowed on gondolas as tourists have gotten fatter. Here's my punchline. Sign says you have to be this skinny to ride this ride. Instead of standing next to a tape measure like at Disney World, you have to walk sideways through a skinny doorway. That's mine. Gus, Venice restricts number allowed on gondolas as tourists have gotten fatter.
Pretty soon, Space Mountain is just going to be Space Hill.
Megan, Venice restricts number allowed on gondolas as tourists have gotten fatter.
I don't really have one.
That's why Megan was like, no, we don't gotta do that. We don't gotta do that.
My reply was just gonna be, why are there tourists? There's a pandemic. Like that's not even a punchline.
Lawrence,
Megan, I was hoping you would be like Queen Bee. Let me tell you.
Lawrence, you got one for this one?
Yeah, but it's a terrible one. It's that's Amore. All right.
Hey, I like that.
There we
I like
go.
that.
That's
Megan, all you had to do was read.
That.
Megan, all you had to do was read one of your fake lyrics for the punchline. It probably would have been just as good. All right. Well, that's our game, and I really had a good time with you guys today. Hopefully the AAR people did as well. This is a pre-tape. So if you guys saw the show, you had a good time, you had a live show, let the people at AARP know. We want to do more of these. We'd like to do one of these once a month. We'd like to eventually make it so that we're live with you and you guys can comment and so on and so forth. I think the way we're going to do this program, the way you're watching it, is with somebody moderating. So if you do have questions, you do have comments, please put them in the chat and we'll have somebody respond to those. Hopefully we can get you guys the information of each of the comedians, and then you can give us the share and subscribe, the holy trifecta of social media. But if we don't, then Megan, how do we find you on the internet?
At the Megan Hanley, Megan with an H on everything.
Lawrence?
You can find me on everything, LZD325.
Perfect. Gus?
You can find me on everything at Constantly Gus.
Constantly Gus. Very cool. I'm Dan Frigolette, and this is the Comedy's Best Kept Secret Tour. Easiest way to find me is Google Comedy's Best Kept Secret Tour, and you can find all the things. Thank you to my panel for being here. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to do this. Thanks to Lance for coming in and bombing and trying to sell us candles. You guys have been incredible. Thank you. Everybody stay safe out there. If you're involved in the military, which I know some of you are, thank you for protecting the country. If you're an AARP member, stay loyal to those guys, and thank you to AARP for having us. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.